In this video, I'm going to be talking about the Taylormade M3 Rescue Hybrid. So I'm going to be reviewing this club and basically giving you my opinion on whether or not it's worth picking up or not. So what we're going to be covering in this video are my first impressions of the club, how it performed for me, who this club is actually best for, some pros and cons, and also where the best places to buy. So if you just are looking for the best and cheapest place to buy this club, I will leave a link down in the description down below. And at the time of this video, that was the cheapest place we could find it. So you can go ahead and check out the current price if you want. But let's start with my first impressions. Okay, so the M3 Hybrid, it's the newer version of the M1, and it's more adjustable than the newer M4 version as well. So the first thing I noticed was that the silver head on it, it's silver on the new model here instead of white, which it was for the previous M1 and M2s. And the silver head, I definitely noticed that it was easier to align. Just the contrast of the color versus the ball, having the silver instead of white was definitely a big help. I definitely like that. It was a pretty big improvement. And then other than that, it's pretty similar to the old M1 in terms of looks. Obviously looks aren't going to affect the performance. It's more of a personal preference thing, but just the fact that you can easily align it was definitely a big improvement for me. So how did it actually perform? So compared to the old M1, I found this club a lot easier to hit, which was a big plus for me. I think the M1 was designed more for it was only designed for tour players. So it's kind of nice seeing Taylormade make this club for more playable for other low to mid handicap golfers. So the M3, it definitely produced less spin than the M4, which wasn't the best for me. I generally have a lower swing speed. I don't generally swing too hard at the ball, so the M4 gave me more of a distance, but if you're kind of like a low to mid handicapper and you do have a higher swing speed, the M3 would probably be a better fit for you. So who is this club for? We just kind of talked about this, but I would say the M3 is more for your low to mid handicapper with higher swing speeds. Okay, if you have a slower swing speed like myself, you'd probably benefit more from the M4 version. But the M3, it feels more like an iron compared to the M4. The M4 is bigger, so the M3 has a smaller head, and it hits more like an iron, not necessarily more like a wood like the M4 would. But just the fact that it's smaller, it gives more workability with the ball. So if you do drawing the ball or slicing the ball to get into certain spots, the M3 would probably be a better option for you there. So let's talk about some pros. So it comes with all the adjustments you may want. So it does have a sliding weight. You can adjust the loft and all that kind of stuff. It's definitely easier to align than the old M1, which is a big bonus for me. It is a lot easier to hit than the old M1. So I don't know if you have hit the M1 before, but it definitely wasn't the easiest thing in the world. It was probably designed more for tour professional players. So it was nice to see that they made this a lot easier to hit for just the average golfer, which is awesome. And it's a great club if you're able to move the ball around. So if you want to draw, cut the ball, whatever you want, it's definitely a great club for that. How about some cons? So it's not the best for slower swing speed like myself. The M3, it's a fairly expensive hybrid. It does have a lot of adjustments and that kind of thing. So obviously the technology of the adjustments kind of justifies the expensive price. But if you are on a budget, probably not the best one for you to go with. But if you also can't hit your 3, 4, and 5 irons very well, I would probably go with the M4. I think you might struggle with this one. Just for some people, they have a tough time hitting their lower irons, and just because this kind of hits similar to an iron, it probably wouldn't work very well, and you probably want to go more towards the M4. But let's talk about the breakdown. So the performance score, I gave it an 8. Obviously it felt a lot better than the M1, which is awesome. Distance was pretty good. Forgiveness wasn't as good as it could be. My performance was better for the M4, and that's kind of because I have the slower swing speed, so that's why I gave it an 8. Price score, I gave it a 6. It is a bit I think it is the most expensive hybrid out there, just because of the Taylormade brand and all the new features it has. Sound and feel, I give it an 8. It definitely sounded better and it also felt better than the previous M1, which is awesome. Personal score, I'll give it a 7. Personally, I like the M4 better. It gave me better results. But if you are kind of the lower to mid handicapper with a higher swing speed, you're gonna get better results going with the M3 compared to the M4, okay? So is it worth it? And I would say if you're a low to mid handicapper with higher swing speeds, I would recommend this club. If you've used the M1 in the past with good results, I think this would be an even bigger improvement to add to your bag just because of the new features. It feels better, it aligns better, and just pretty much, the new technology they've added to it would be a big improvement. So the cheapest place that we could find this product is in the link down in the description down below. So at the time of doing this video, that was the cheapest place we could find it, so you can go ahead and check out the price if you want to go ahead and do so. And I'll also throw together a bonus here. So if you do decide to get the product, I'll give you a free copy of the Consistency Report ebook. It's basically going to show you 7 shortcuts you can use to improve your ball striking and scores overnight. So these are just 7 things that I learned from either taking lessons, watching YouTube videos, studying professionals. That basically I applied to my game that really helped. So I will give you access to that. And simply purchase, send me an email with a screenshot of your receipt. I will leave that information down below and I'll send you over a free copy. Okay, so that's going to be it for this video. Hope you enjoyed. Let me know if you have any questions down below and we'll see you in the next video.